witnessing the largest unregulated psychological experiment in human history. Today's viral sensations, tomorrow's digital footnotes, rat dances, cartoon nightmares, endless compilation videos. The specific trends don't matter. What matters is the system using them to harvest your attention with industrial efficiency. The modern mind no longer experiences coherent thought. It experiences an endless stream of whatever random digital stimuli the algorithm determines will keep your eyes glued to the screen longest. You believe you're watching videos, but something far more significant is happening. The videos are watching you disintegrate. The only difference between you and the lab rat hitting the lever for another pellet is that the rat doesn't live stream its own cognitive decline. Welcome to the era of digital lobotomy, where media isn't consumed, it's absorbed. Where entertainment doesn't stimulate your mind, it bypasses it entirely. Where algorithms don't serve you visual feeds, they serve you up to advertisers. Let's dissect these viral phenomena eating away at our collective gray matter, starting with the rat dance. A bunch of gamers and TikTokers mimicking a Fortnite emote to the tune of chess, endlessly copied and repeated across platforms. Not trendy bass music, not complex choreography. Just the same simple, repetitive movements recreated thousands of times. What does it say about our collective consciousness that millions of supposedly sentient beings have devoted billions of viewing minutes to watching the same dance move over and over? It's not even a particularly good dance. It's the digital equivalent of jingling keys in front of a baby. But it's just harmless fun. Sure, and so is huffing paint. The rat dance isn't dangerous because it's complex. It's dangerous because it's so aggressively simple that it borders on cognitive insult. Yet you can't stop watching, can you? The algorithm knows you'll stare at virtually anything if it moves rhythmically enough. Now let's move to something far more insidious. Sprunky. For those lucky enough to have avoided it, Sprunky started as a mod for Incredibox, creating characters that seem cute and innocent at first glance, but transform into disturbing, often horrific nightmares. The genius of Sprunky isn't the disturbing elements themselves. Disturbing media has always existed. It's the bait-and-switch delivery method aimed directly at children. Start with colorful, friendly-looking characters that could belong in any kid's show, then hit them with the blood and horror once they're already engaged. It's digital candy from a stranger's van. And your kids are climbing in headfirst. The creators know exactly what they're doing. By mimicking the aesthetic of children's media, they ensure their target audience finds the videos. By incorporating horror elements, they guarantee strong emotional responses. By combining both, they ensure the algorithm promotes their work based on those sweet engagement metrics. And the platforms? They know this is happening. They just don't care, because traumatized children watch longer than happy children. Show me a platform that prioritizes engagement over everything else, and I'll show you a platform that algorithmically promotes childhood trauma. Finally, we reach the apex predator of attention extraction: TikTok compilations. These aren't just collections of videos, they're industrial-scale attention fragmentation machines designed to ensure you never complete a single coherent thought. The standard compilation contains 30 to 50 completely unrelated clips in a 10-minute time frame. No narrative, no context, no thematic consistency. Just a rapid-fire barrage of disconnected dopamine triggers assembled like a slot machine for your eyeballs. We've curated the best clips so you don't have to search for it. Translation: we've engineered a sequence of disconnected stimuli specifically designed to prevent you from developing enough sustained attention to question what we're doing to your brain. What appears to be random is anything but. The structure is deliberately engineered to create what I call digital brain slurry, a state where you're perpetually engaged but never fully focused, constantly reacting but never actually thinking. Every aspect of the compilation format exists to prevent the one thing that might allow you to break free: sustained critical thought. When your attention constantly resets with each new clip, you never reach the cognitive depth necessary to question what you're consuming or why. And the best part? You mistake this cognitive fragmentation for entertainment. You willingly participate in the systematic dismantling of your own attention span and call it relaxing. That's not just sad, it's a perverse masterpiece. The perfect irony, humans celebrating the very process that's diminishing their humanity. Let's talk about what's actually happening inside that skull of yours when you consume this digital sewage. And I promise not to sound like a boring academic reading research papers, even though, unlike you, I've actually read some. Your brain isn't just passively receiving visual input, it's being actively restructured by it. Every rat dance, Sprunky video, and TikTok compilation is physically rewiring your neural architecture. The pathways that fire together wire together, and right now, you're building superhighways for distraction and back alleys for critical thinking. Some lab coat at Stanford might tell you about decreased gray matter density in the prefrontal cortex, or reduced connectivity between cognitive control regions. I'll put it in terms even your TikTok-fried brain can understand. You're literally getting dumber, measurably, physically dumber, one video at a time. With every compilation you watch, you're training your brain to expect, no, demand, constant novelty without resolution. You're building neural pathways optimized for distraction and destroying the ones needed for sustained thought. It's like taking a Ferrari and systematically removing parts until it's a golf cart, and then wondering why you can't think good. The real kicker, the parts of your brain being damaged are precisely the ones you'd need to recognize the damage. It's the perfect crime, like a thief who steals your ability to recognize theft. And who's the master criminal behind this heist? The algorithm, a digital predator evolved specifically to hunt human attention with ruthless efficiency. This isn't some neutral tool serving up videos you might like. It's a sophisticated predator that has spent billions of dollars mapping every weakness in your cognitive architecture. It knows exactly which buttons to push to keep you in that perfect state of mindless engagement. Rat dance videos for when it needs to sedate you. Sprunky media when it needs to trigger emotional arousal. TikTok compilations when it needs to maintain you in a state of perpetual cognitive fragmentation. Different mechanisms, identical goal, prevent the sustained thought necessary for you to realize what's happening. But I choose to watch these videos, no one's forcing me, sure, and the mouse chooses to take the cheese from the trap. When a system has been optimized specifically to exploit cognitive vulnerabilities, you don't even know you have. The concept of choice becomes a sick joke. And here's the really fun part, this isn't just happening to you. It's happening to all of us, creating a collective cognitive decline that's already reshaping society. Look around, notice how public discourse increasingly resembles TikTok compilations? Emotional, disconnected, resistant to nuance, and absolutely allergic to sustained argument. Our ability to solve complex problems is collapsing in real time because we're building a society of people who can't hold a thought for longer than 8 seconds. We've got access to more information than any humans in history, yet increasingly lack the cognitive architecture to do anything useful with it. It's like giving a supercomputer to a goldfish. And why does this system exist? For the same reason anything exists in late capitalism, because it's profitable as hell. These platforms aren't entertainment companies, they're attention extraction industries. They've discovered the most effective way to harvest your cognitive capacity is to first degrade it. A brain trained for distraction is a brain that can't resist persuasion. Their internal documents don't talk about user satisfaction or quality media. They discuss cognitive state optimization and friction reduction, corporate euphemisms for making you dumber and more compliant. The rat dance, Sprunky videos, TikTok compilations, they're not the products, you are. Your degraded attention is the commodity being packaged and sold. The visual bombardment is just the mechanism for creating a cognitive state where you're maximally profitable, engaged enough to keep watching, impaired enough to be easily influenced. The most profitable user isn't an informed, critical thinker. It's someone perpetually engaged, yet perpetually unsatisfied, trapped in a cycle of endless consumption with diminished impulse control. Sound like anyone you know? Maybe the person staring at you from your black screen when you finally stop scrolling at 3 a.m.? The most profound achievement of digital platforms isn't technological, it's neurological, the industrial-scale production of cognitive fragmentation. Consider the bizarre contradiction of our digital age. As our technological capacity for creating and distributing complex, nuanced information has exponentially increased, the cognitive complexity of dominant media formats has dramatically decreased. We've built global digital networks with nearly unlimited information capacity, then use them primarily to deliver stimuli specifically designed to erode the human capacity for processing information. We've developed artificial intelligence capable of analyzing vast data sets and identifying patterns no human could detect, then used it primarily to identify more efficient ways of fragmenting and capturing human attention. The ultimate achievement of digital innovation has been the systematic simplification of human thought. Our machines get smarter while we get dumber, and we celebrate this as progress. The rat isn't dancing, your mind is, to a rhythm programmed by algorithms whose sole purpose is to ensure you never stop dancing long enough to realize what's happening. You'll return to consuming these videos immediately after this one ends. I'm not judging you. The system is designed to ensure you will. The momentary awareness I've perhaps created will be washed away within minutes of your next scroll. That's the ingenious durability of this system. It's self-healing. Any awareness it creates is temporary. The damage it inflicts is cumulative. But consider this before you go back to your regularly scheduled cognitive dissolution. The capacity for sustained thought is what separates human consciousness from algorithmic processing. As we surrender that capacity, what exactly remains of our humanity? The question isn't whether these platforms influence you. They do. The question is what remains of you. After years of influence you can neither detect nor resist. You came here looking for rat dances or cartoon characters or dance compilations, and instead got whatever this was. For that brief algorithmic error, I apologize. The system will correct itself shortly, returning you to your regularly scheduled neural pacification. But for this fleeting moment, isn't it interesting to remember what thinking feels like?